How do you not get hyped up for that fucking theme song? Like that's
Oh,
fucking
exactly.
that's headbanging music, motherfucker.
Yep. I mean, especially when you're like 7 years old.
Oh yeah. You're like, yeah, man, shit's going down. This is gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
um,
I'd say my favorite villain though, out of all of those, it would probably have to be the Joker. And my favorite superhero from that time frame, it was probably Wolverine. Wolverine was one of my favorite characters. I mean, he had the most depth of character out of all of them. So
oh god, yeah. I mean, he was always like the central focus because that's who the fans were like fans of. They were just like, yeah, X Men are cool, but like we want to see Wolverine. Like this guy's gonna fucking like kick the shit out of somebody. Like what?
oh yeah,
Like
I
oh
mean, he
let's
just looked like an everyday average guy, and he's a brick shithouse.
yeah. He was almost like the I would almost say like the bizarro like Mick Foley in that sense of like the reason people like rooted for Mick Foley was because they're like, holy shit, we look like this guy. Like he's relatable.
Exactly.
He wasn't a brick shithouse, but like the dude had a lot of heart, and fucking like goofus kid like me growing up, I'm just like, well shit, I could do this too. Like this guy makes me a fucking believer.
Exactly.
That was like actually that was another thing we actually bonded on was just a love of like professional wrestling too.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's definitely got to be the old school stuff. I'm not a huge fan of the way the WWE has gone in the past probably 10 years now, but I mean the old school stuff was just spot on.
Yeah, I mean there are definitely guys from the new era where I'm just like, yeah, I really dig these fucking guys, man. Like, guys like Daniel Bryan, CN Punk, Dolph Ziggler, always a favorite.
Yep.
But
I mean, I've watched enough of the new stuff where, some of those guys have great characters and you see great potential, but you never, the storylines that they have for them never pan out the way that they should.
yeah, like as like a fan of like Dolph Ziggler, for example, like after the Survivor Series where Sting made his like in ring debut, so to speak, and
Yep.
caused Ziggler's team to win the Survivor Series and whatnot. Like I was like, fuck yeah. As a Ziggler fan, I was like, fuck yeah. They're gonna give him this fucking push. This is gonna be fucking great. Like they have to fucking push him now. This is fucking awesome. And then they're just like, yeah, we got nothing for you. We don't know where we're going with this. Like, well, all right, guys, congratulations. You shit the bed. Wonderful.
I mean, how do you treat Braun Strowman, who has to be one of the most exciting big guys that I've seen in the past, and like I said, probably 8, 10 years. And how do you turn him I mean, straight up into a bitch? I mean, that you can't tell me that guy is just going to stand there and take 4 or 5 F5s and not do anything.
Not only that, but like,
That's
if,
that's that's definitely writing right there. They just push the wrong people now.
yeah, and like I don't know if you listened to Chris Jericho's podcast, but he had Dean Ambrose on there, now known as John Moxley.
Oh God, I didn't listen to it, but I read most of the transcript and it was crazy.
Holy shit, yeah, like, I,
The stuff that Vince McMahon wanted him to say, the reason why he left. I mean, oh my God.
yeah, and just like the fact that he was like trying to push all this like corny stuff and whatnot. Like, I need a pooper scooper to come out of there. Come on, that's good shit. Like, no, it's not. And
No, it's pretty sad that, I mean, for a guy who really did have some great business sense back in the day, I kind of worry that he's going to go and drive the WWE to the ground,
no, like,
especially now that there's actual competition again.
I mean, here's the thing. I think Jericho's right in the sense of like, look, WWE is not going to go anywhere. Like they're the biggest, company out there. They're not going anywhere. Um, AEW's biggest mistake would be to try and be like a direct competitor to them. If they play their cards right, which so far from the one show that they've had, yeah, they showed WWE like, look, this is how you put on a show. They have
Oh
Jericho,
yeah.
they have Omega, they have, Dustin Runnels, they have fucking Cody Rhodes, they have the Young Bucks, they have just, like, they have Hangman Page. Like, they have this whole roster of, like, young kids that are fucking hungry that want to tell WWE, hey, go fuck yourselves. And apparently there's a lot of WWE guys that are just like, hey, we want to get the fuck out of here. We want to go over to AEW because this is bullshit.
Yep.
And like the one thing that Tony Khan, like the owner of AEW, is doing that I fucking like thank him for every day is, um, he's telling his guys like, look, you guys go out there and cut a promo. We're not scripting them. Like, these are your characters. You should know how they speak. Like, I think he said like the most we would do is be like, okay, here's like 2 points that we want you to cover in your promo. Just cover those, and build the rest around it. You're fine. But like WWE,
why wouldn't you trust your stars to know what their character is going to say?
yeah,
I mean, it's their character.
yeah, it's like, and not only that, but it's like you wouldn't do that to a guy that you know can like talk people into a building. Like, you would never like tell Stone Cold Steve Austin like, okay, here's your script for the promo. It's like he's gonna look at you like, motherfucker, like I know how to talk people into a fucking building. Like, just let me fucking go with it. Like, just tell me like 1 or 2 points that you want me to cover, and let's go.
Exactly.
But it's God, it's fucking ridiculous in that sense of like, there's like, well, we got to script everything. God damn it.
Yeah, it's pretty mystifying to me, and it's you can just tell from the way the pay-per-views have gone. And I mean, we have WWE Network in the house, and without question, just about every show that we watch is from 2005 and before. That's it.
Yeah.
I can watch all of the new stuff live, and I mean, I've watched a couple of them, but it almost feels like a waste of time sometimes, and that's unfortunate because I mean, wrestling shouldn't be a waste of time.
No, it should be. It should be entertainment. It's it's obviously, yeah, it's not going to be like how it was like when we were kids. When Raw was like a 2-hour show and it was just once a week, and they had like a smaller roster where they could do a 2-hour show and it would be entertaining from beginning to end. But now they're just like, here's 3 hours. We're going to start it off with a 20-minute promo for Roman Reigns. This is good shit. God damn it.
Yeah, no, I don't expect it to be the same thing as when we were kids, and it kind of makes me sad that it seems like that's what they're trying to do. I mean, they have so many talented young stars on the roster, and they're still going to all of the older performers to go and try to sell these bigger shows. And I'm sorry, but it kind of makes me sad watching these guys go out there and wrestle now because they're just not the same person they were before. How could you be after doing it for so many years?
No, and it's like, look, don't get me wrong. Do I love The Undertaker? Fuck yeah, I love The Undertaker. Do I like Goldberg? No, I was never a fan of his, but, do I want to see them, like, get into a match together? No. I
wanted to, like, 15 years ago.
Yeah. To be fair, like, the only match I ever wanted to see Goldberg in was one where, like, Bret Hart, like, legitimately, like, beat the shit out of him with a fucking baseball bat for giving him a fucking concussion and ending his fucking career, so...
Yep.
Other than that, I don't really care about Goldberg, other than, like, hey, let's see a match between Goldberg and Austin. Austin goes over. Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yep, agreed. But, I mean, he didn't really have too much of a character, so... No. It was, I'm big and I smash people.
Yeah. But yeah, like, other than that, like, I never cared about Goldberg. Like, I think it was, like, the last year for the Super Showdown, whatever it was, like, the last Saudi Arabia show. Do I like Shawn Michaels? Yeah. Do I like The Undertaker? Fuck yeah, I already said that. Do I like Kane? Fuck yeah, I did Kane. Do I like Triple H? Fuck no. Do I want to see a 4-way match with them? Nope.
Nope, not anymore.
Nope. Do I want to see
that? That was legitimately the last live show that Chris and I watched.
Yeah, I was there.
It was just so sad it literally felt like they were tarnishing their legacy as wrestlers, going out there and performing again.
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, like Shawn Michaels has had some stinker matches before, like Shawn Michaels and God versus Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon. Yeah, yep. Kind of a bit of a stretch with that one, but yeah, like, Undertaker's had stinker matches before, even like WrestleManias as well. Like Giant Gonzalez, for example. There we go.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, case closed, Your Honor.
He won by disqualification because of the oh God, what was it, the dirty rag or whatever he shoved into his face?
Something like that, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, like, it's just, like, I dig professional wrestling, but I liked it more when they were just they were given kind of like a little bit of free reign to just kind of do what they wanted in the sense of like just build up this promo, make me fucking believe this. Like stretch my like, yeah, I know the branches are predetermined and whatnot. Make me believe that this guy hates this guy and vice versa. Make me believe in the fucking storylines. But they just Hi, Amy.
Hi.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't like buy into it anymore, and especially like the fact that like I love Kofi, like I love Kofi Kingston, for example. Like I will always have a place in my heart for that guy because like when I got into radio, he was legitimately the first person I ever interviewed. So I'm just like, fuck yeah, like this guy put up with my bullshit because I was an intern and whatnot. Fuck yeah, this guy's got a place in my heart forever. And I love fucking Dolph Ziggler, but it's kind of hard when I can't, if he gets put into like a title match, like there's no believability for me that like, okay, they're gonna do the right thing and push him and take him over. Like when he won Money in the Bank, that was fucking great. When he came to cash in, the fucking roof blew off the goddamn house, and like pretty much like a month later, they were just like, all right, god damn it, he's gonna lose it to Alberto Del Rio. Like why? Like give him a chance to run with the title, make it fucking mean something. Like that's apparently like the rumor why we haven't seen like Sasha Banks for a while, because she kind of threw a temper tantrum at WrestleMania because her and Bayley won the women's tag team championships like a month prior to that, and they were just like, okay, yeah, you're gonna drop the titles at WrestleMania to the Iconics, and she had a legitimate gripe of like, look, every title reign I've had, it never lasted more than like maybe a month and a half. How can we make these titles mean something if we're just dropping them like that? It does nothing for it does nothing for the product. It does nothing for the characters
too. I mean, it definitely takes something away from the character too.
Yeah, it takes something away from the character. It takes something away from the title. And as far as I'm concerned, it takes something away from the company too.
Yep.
It's like, okay, as a fan, why do I keep watching this and supporting this and whatnot? And fucking pay them like they're goddamn employees and give them fucking healthcare, you motherfucker. Oh god damn it!
I mean, the guy has enough money.
God damn it! They're independent contractors. God damn it! Like no, they're not.
I mean, Vince McMahon has over $2 billion. I mean, I'm pretty sure he can afford some salaries.
Yeah, he can afford the exclusive contracts. That's fine and whatnot. But like, give them fucking healthcare too, man. Like, no.
Yeah, I mean, he has so much extra money that he's going to try the XFL again. So, I mean, that's telling of how much money he has.
Yeah. It's, I don't know how much it would cost for him to do something like that, but he's got the money for it.
Oh, he definitely does. And there's money to be made out there too if you put out a legitimately good product.
Yeah. And like not only that, but like, I think a lot more fans would be more appreciative of it than to see like, okay, yeah, we're taking care of their employees. They're not independent contractors. Like, I don't know how somebody can be considered an independent contractor when they're signed to an exclusive deal for like 3 years.
Good question.
Yeah, that would be like calling like Aaron Judge a fucking independent contractor in baseball, even if he's got like a 5-year contract with the Yankees. It's like that doesn't work. Like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, if you're an independent contractor, I mean, you'd expect them to be across all different wrestling medium. I mean, they're only for one brand, and it's an exclusive contract. Well, you're no longer an independent contractor; you're an employee.
Yeah, it's like we have an independent contractor working on the house right now, putting like vinyl siding on it. The guy's an independent contractor. We're not going to be like, okay, you're going to be signed to an exclusive 2-year deal, and only we can tell you which houses you can work on. God damn it! Like that makes him no longer an independent contractor. That just makes him an employee.
Yep.
Fucking it's ungoddamn real, man. So, all right, just a couple of questions before we wrap this up, man. So,
sure.
You being the wrestling fan that you are, if you had to make like a Mount Rushmore of your wrestling icons, who would be on it?
Oh god, that's a difficult question.
It always is.
Definitely Ric Flair. because of everything that Ric Flair